Hello, everyone. It's Carolyn Moor with Modern Widows Club. Okay, so now we're into November 2023, and we have a new topic, and that is grateful giving and grateful receiving. Now, this is under relational health, just building our relationships in a stronger way. In November, we just really, of course, we have Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States. And even if you feel you have nothing to be grateful for in widowhood and have every right to feel that way, I want to present to you a little pivot mindset for just a few moments, if you will allow me. I really know how it feels in early widowhood to be angry at the world, to live in all the bitterness that is very real and substantiated because of the deep sorrow that you are experiencing. I want you to feel it all. Yet, I also want you to give it only so much hospitality when you are ready and can. I had a rabbi who was a mentor, and he was the one that brought it to my attention that death had knocked on my door, but I had also allowed it too much hospitality. And so I am passing that little bit of guidance and advice and direction onto you. What I hope is that you will stay open to something else, something less painful in your life. Because living in the depth of your pain will eventually give way. And either it's going to cause you to become ill, or it's going to be impossible for you to live like you have. When that moment comes, I know it did for me, and I'm a pretty stubborn woman. I needed to believe that there was something for my future. Grateful giving and receiving is a holistic approach. It's the way power that I spoke of earlier this year in the January topic video. If you need to go back and watch that one, find it here on YouTube or any of our social sites. Because willpower will only take you so far. You need to pair it with way power, willpower and way power. Learning new tools and skills like I'm sharing here is way power, okay? Way power in this case is understanding the power of gratitude in a season where gratitude is just hard to grasp. Dr. Lucy Hone, she wrote a book called Resilient Grieving. And in it, she wrote, "Gratitude helps us all with our grief by enabling us to focus on what we have rather than exclusively focusing on what we have lost." Her book is amazing. I wanted to see if I had it here, right here behind me really quickly. I don't see it right off first glance. But Modern Widows Club is in that book, Resilience Grieving. Dr. Lucy Hone, when she was writing that book, reached out to me, and I was grateful she would include us as inspirational role models. She also said that you could frame your gratitude sort of like this: I am grateful for the opportunity to continue to live when, fill in the blank name, my best friend wasn't given the chance, or my spouse wasn't given the chance. I'm grateful every morning when I wake up to see that blank is still alive and I'm in their life. I'm grateful for blank and for everything they did for me. I'm grateful for blank to be willing to embark on this healing journey with me. Gratitude helps us take a broader approach and look at your life, at life. Gratitude forces one to look beyond what they've lost. Just be aware that as humans, it's quite normal to be wired for negativity bias, meaning our brains are pesky and notice the bad things that happen more than the good. So deciding to actively practice a new pattern, you will be overriding that system. Yes, overriding the brain's natural tendency to hunt instead for good stuff. There is a connection between positive emotions, gratitude, and optimism. Research has shown that if you focus on 3 good things that occurred in your day and to see the role you played in those 3 good things resulted in astoundingly higher levels of happiness and decreased symptoms of depression for up to 6 months afterwards. Okay, that is a great dividend that we can all appreciate and plug into. But we got to practice it. This will take some seriously proactive practice and somewhat consistent ritual creation on your part. So many people, maybe you're journaling or you're writing on, I'm a sticky note gal. I don't know about you. I can't live without my sticky notes. Posting it somewhere. Maybe that is starting a morning prayer session or even a simple thank you said out loud or, in an email or a text, just anything. But I would say probably the first thought that comes to your mind before your feet hit the ground when you first wake up, if you can do it then every day, that is huge. And you get a choice here to do this new practice. Okay? You are the powerful one to make that choice, to begin drawing in what you are most grateful for and seeing how it brings fruit in new ways that you didn't know before. So talk amongst yourself this month and tell at least one person what you are grateful for in them. Say it in person. Send a card, text, or email. You choose, right? You have a choice, and you have the power in this moment. Start the chain of practicing good gratitude patterns, both giving and receiving. And it will grow into something astounding. I want this for you, for me, for everyone that I know, but especially everyone here at Modern Widows Club. So, okay. Now, we have a new legendary widow role model this month, and it's Marian Robinson. Do you know that name? I'm just curious because she was born Marian Lois Shields. She was born in Chicago in 1937 as one of 7 children. She likely expected to spend her whole life on the South Side in a modest home provided by her painter father and her stay-at-home mother. There may have been hints of change to come when her daughter Michelle married a gentleman named Barack Obama. Marian had married Fraser Robinson in 1960, and they raised 2 children to become graduates of Ivy League schools. Her son is a college basketball coach, Craig Robinson. She worked as a stay-at-home mom, and Fraser held a city job as they scrimped to provide for their children, even putting up walls in their living room of the 4-bedroom home so that Michelle and Craig could have bedrooms. Once the children were in high school, she took a job as a bank secretary and kept that position until she retired. Fraser died in 1991 after a long illness, and Mrs. Obama's first book, Becoming, has described her close relationship with both Fraser and Marian. Now, in her widowhood, Mrs. Robinson continued her work and began to compete as a runner. She became a gold medalist at the 1997 Illinois Senior Olympics, but gave it up after an injury. With her competitive nature, she lost interest if she wasn't winning. She said retirement may have come sooner than she planned, prompted by her move to Washington, D.C. When Obama was elected to president, of the United States in 2009, Mrs. Robinson's new role was grandmother-in-chief. Suddenly, this modest mother-in-law of the president took on a very visible role and became an active daily part of their granddaughters' lives. Sasha and Malia were already known around the world by just their first names. Having their only grandparent in the household was a way that she could help to keep their lives normal. So Mrs. Robinson said when interviewed for BET, Oprah Winfrey, and national newspapers, her own higher profile was temporary as she resumed life in Chicago and the grandchildren, being a grandmother. The Obama Presidential Center is expected to raise her profile again, according to early descriptions of the design and the construction of the library. So Marian had no idea her life trajectory would take her where it was, but she showed up and she was fully in her own passion and gratitude by giving back. And I love her story. So hope you'll learn more about her this month on our social media pages. Okay, so we've got some announcements. November 28th is Giving Tuesday. Now, Giving Tuesday is the Tuesday after the big, Black Friday and all of those days. And it's a big day for nonprofit fundraising, that's what we are. We are a nonprofit at Modern Widows Club and a public charity. So I'd like for you to please consider creating a Facebook fundraiser or donating to our mission and our movement to empower every widow who finds us worldwide. We need funding to ensure that we are able to welcome them with the compassionate support that our programs provide. So adopt us as your charity of choice. And I just want to thank you. Okay, so we've got a few holidays here in November. It's Military Family Month. The observance recognizes the commitment and the dedication these families make to their service members, and you are some of them. Their sacrifices make it possible for our military in the U.S. to remain organized and strong. November is, you got it, National Gratitude Month. Practicing daily gratitude gives us a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. November is also Family Caregivers Month. So many of you, I know, are caregivers, both in the sandwich generation with our parents and our children. Oh my gosh. This recognizes the dedication of family members who provide around-the-clock care to loved ones. Consider providing a respite maybe for someone you know who provides care for a loved one. Didn't you want that, if you were a caretaker? Yes. Offer to spend a little bit of time with them and just learn to help out. Ask what you can do to make a difference. November is also Inspirational Role Models Month. So obviously we have a few of those in our Legendary Widows book, which I hope that you have gotten by now off of Amazon and have read and written a review. We've got all the ladies in this book, and it is a fantastic gift to give. Think about that with the holidays coming up. Maybe share it, during the Thanksgiving holiday. But yeah, talking about, inspirational role models is important. Having someone to look up to. It's really why I wrote the sections More Thoughts in the book. I talk about why I chose them, why they were inspirational, why I share them, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful book. I hope you'll grab. And then November 23rd is Thanksgiving Day. And I hope we will all come together and use this new practice we have of giving and receiving gratitude. You can do this. I wish for much joy and connectedness and ways to feel your own resilience that you're building this month. And I'm proud of you. So proud of you. See you next month.